go ahead and approve it. And then I already know who you are and what you do. So let's just get started on the news. If you'd like to fill me in on your initial reaction from the statement from the police.
Well, I'm glad to see the Grand Rapids Police Department finally release the name of the officer. I believe so. I believe that they did it based upon the public pressure that came from the public and also our national leaders that came to the funeral and said that there's no way they're going to let a president be set in Grand Rapids, that you do not release an officer's name unless he's charged when involved in an officer-related shooting.
What do you think about the fact of it being 3 weeks?
I think it took them too long to release his name. And I think by them taking 3 weeks to release Christopher Schuer's name is just very much proof that if we had not called in national leadership, we probably would not have his name to this very day.
And I think Chief Winstrom said something in the email to us, basically saying that, this is kind of going against the policy that they normally use, releasing it before charges. What do you think about, the acknowledgement of that policy, especially in cases like this where the police are known for, withholding those names in cases like these?
One thing this case is showing us is that the police believe there's a set of laws for the civilians and a whole different set of laws and policies for the police. So for the first time here in Grand Rapids, the community is getting a chance to look at these policies, and with the power truly belonging to the people, a lot of these policies might be changed by our city commission, our city managers, and those who have been elected to represent us.
And when it comes to, moving towards transparency, obviously that's a long road ahead of us. But, does this release, give you a sense of hope for future incidents? Of course, God forbid something like that, right?
Well, I believe that Chief Winstrom, being new here, is learning how important transparency is to the people. But we had to bring the people to him because in City Hall, I get punished for being transparent. And when I say punish, I'm telling you, it's a lot to be transparent, but I'm glad he's responding to the people. The people want transparency, and they're not going to stop until they get a chance to see all that there is that has to do with this case, including the officer's name.
And, the name isn't the end of it, right? There's still the investigation. There's still potential charges. So, what would you like to see in, let's say, the next week or so as we enter a new week?
I would definitely like to see this handled by the Attorney General's office. I'm going to be releasing some more information today on my Facebook on why I believe that the Kent County Prosecutor's Office should recuse itself. One of the number one reasons is because Chief Assistant Prosecutor Attorney Jahinski is married to a Grand Rapids police officer, Matthew Jahinski. Matthew Jahinski was involved in a cover-up for the Kent County Prosecutor's Office when Mr. Prosecutor Kuiper was involved in a driving drunk accident, and they went on a back channel line to try to make sure that he got away with that. So it's looking like what if Kent County comes back in and say it's time to repay that favor. That alone is enough that it shouldn't be handled by that officer. It isn't just the Kent County prosecutor, it's the second in command, which would be Chief Assistant Prosecutor Jahinski on this.
What else would you like to share? Anything I didn't ask you when it comes to the release of the officer's name?
Nope.
Okay, I think that's all I need.